Hello and welcome back to the Nova Show. I'm your host for today, Karla Rivera, and today's guest is Mike Ulrich. I'm super excited to have Mike here. Thank you for being with me. For those of you that don't know Mike, he brings decades of experience in Utah real estate, having navigated through multiple markets and all the shifting trends, changing buyer behavior. He is known for client first mindset, strong communication, and local market insight. He's also an investor, and Mike understands that real estate isn't about a quick win, but trust, timing, and long-term value. So I'm excited to hear about the longevity of your business, how you got started, and where you're projecting to be. With that in mind, Mike, why don't you tell me what got you interested in real estate in the first place and what has surprised you the most about this industry?
Sure, I went to college and it was kind of a joke. It was a waste of money. I was buying books and doing all this stuff, and my teachers wouldn't show up half the time.
Oh, wow.
And
They
so,
were the teachers were the ones ditching.
yeah, I hated the cost of the books. You'd go and buy all these books, and then you wouldn't use any of them. You go return them, and you get half the money. I was like, this is a scam.
You're like the third person that has told me this about college in the last few months.
So then I went to real estate school, and it was all practical stuff, useful, something that was actually, you're learning something that you could put into action versus just random garbage they want to put in front of you. So I quit going to college, started selling real estate. I think I made $60,000 my first year, and all my friends were still in college.
Well, and if you don't mind, what were you going to college for?
I mean, I was just getting my first 2 years of
Like the generals?
the generals.
Okay.
I was like, no, I'm not
Not
going to
for
keep
me.
wasting my money. So I started making money instead of spending money, and my friends all went and got 4-year degrees and started working, doing enterprise, and I was making more money than most of them my first year in real estate with no college.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
fell in love with it from there.
definitely motivating. You're like, oh, you guys are still in school and I'm over here just making it rain. Nice. Okay. Well, that is a good surprise. Tell me a little bit about early on in your career. It sounds like you've been successful from day one. And what was a belief that you had about real estate that you've maybe had to unlearn?
I think just seeing so many agents come and go, they think it's super flashy. You have to drive a fancy car. You got to wear a nice outfit, or
I mean, you're rocking some nice chain right now. So there is that.
I consider myself the practical real estate agent. Like, I'm not going to show up to try to, everybody says, fake it till you make it. I'm not going to show up making you think I'm professional. I'm going to show you I'm professional and I'm just going to be the way I am. Like, I'm going to be off-roading on the weekend, or I'm going to be out shooting guns or something real, and I'll be able to answer your questions or help you, but I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm doing just by my appearance, which I think a lot of people take all of the appearance and then they suck at real estate, and they've spent all this money on fancy clothes and cars, and then they don't make it. And
Yeah. No, that's a good point. It's better to work with what you have and then make more versus spending what you don't.
Yeah, I had one agent that went immediately bought a BMW and was taking pictures in a suit on the hood of his car. And the dude never sold a single house. And I'm like,
No.
what are you doing? Like, you're focused on all the wrong things. It's about them, the client, the buyers, the sellers, not about you and how fancy you are. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I think people want a professional. They want someone that's knowledgeable and that outshines any flashy look for sure.
Well, it's all about repeat business, too. A lot of people pay for leads and all this stuff to get people to call them. And if you just do a good job, people are going to refer you. So almost all my business is referral-based or repeat business.
Oh, that's great.
I don't pay for leads. I've never paid for leads. I don't have to cold call. I don't have to do any of that
Yeah.
stuff.
So what were you doing pre-real estate? to get some of those leads, like just from relationships you had already?
Yeah, I mean, back then I started doing open houses on model homes for new construction.
Oh, okay.
And that was cool because they were coming in. They didn't know if you were new or not. And they were looking for a house.
Yeah, you didn't have to chase them. That's
But
nice.
I was working open houses till about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, 4 days a week, weekdays. I mean, I bet I could only find a handful of agents anymore that would be willing to do open houses weekdays till 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to work till 5 and then go to yoga and not work. And then they're
They
like,
can do early morning yoga. He's giving me a job, guys. That's what's happening here.
early morning people are going to be more successful.
Yes. Early morning movement is better anyway.
Yeah.
But okay, well, I like that. And yeah, cool of you to dip into new construction right away. That's a whole avenue on its own, right? Even the contracts are so different. So how was that? Do you still do new construction?
I got away from new construction. I focused on what's the maximum amount of deals I can do in a year in the shortest amount of time. And new construction was taking too long. The builders would say 6 to 9 months, and then they would take a year or 14 months to build it.
Yeah.
And then everybody's mad.
Well, and it's out of your control, so I bet that's frustrating.
You can't do anything about it, and they're waiting to sell their house, and they're stressed. And so now I focus more on the fix and flip because it's maybe a 3-month process, and I get to do over and over. And so most of my clients will want to do 3 flips at a time, and I've got 5
Nice.
people doing it. So that's why we were able to close about 90 deals last year because we're maximizing the amount of deals we can.
Just a soft mic drop there. Love that. Congratulations. Okay, so that's great. And obviously you're inspiring your peers, your clients, but who is someone that really influenced your mindset early on? And what did they teach you that stood out?
Yeah, my dad started in real estate in the 80s.
Oh, wow. Okay,
so-
so you were kind of born into this.
Yeah, and he was, back then, the words weren't so woke, and back then they were actually based on production and sales,
Yeah.
not like who's the nicest and does the sweetest things throughout the year. It was who sold the most stuff. And so he, I think, sold like 500 homes in a year.
Wow. Like single-handedly?
Yeah, he never had a team or anything. He was just him and his assistant. And so he was, I mean, he just killed it. He sold for multiple builders at a time and had just, I mean, he would have 20 listings active at a time.
Wow. Well, you're not far behind.
I'd never done that. That would be
9 that I saw. I don't know. You probably have more out there. But okay, that's awesome. I'm sure that he's so proud too to see that you also enjoy this industry and are being super successful and able to help so many people.
Yeah.
That's great. So tell me a little bit more about your early version and the career, like Mike getting started versus today and how you're different.
So I kept finding ways to make business. So a lot of people just sit around and I feel like waiting for people to call them and tell them I want to buy a house and this is what I want. Back then, I bought my first condo over here in Murray in Willowbrook.
Nice.
And there's, I don't know, a couple hundred of them in the complex, and none of them had laundries. So I moved in there, remodeled it, and found that everybody hated using the community laundry, but I could add laundry hookups in there.
Oh, nice. So they actually let you modify it?
Yeah, I mean, they
That's
don't
nice.
want you to mess with the exterior, but the inside, they don't care really what you do.
Yeah.
So I started converting these condos. I'd remodel them, I would furnish them, and put laundry connections in them. And everybody, first-time home buyers, didn't have couches or stuff like that. So I would sell them fully furnished. They'd be able to get a unit with a washer dryer in
Oh,
it.
that's smart.
And I bet I sold 30 units in that one complex. Like
Wow.
everybody that sold was just calling me.
This is great, like, because the key here is that you found a solution to a need. And that's, I think, what really made it sell, right?
Right. And so my whole thought is I want to give people a reason to buy, not sit around waiting for people to want to use me, because they can use anybody. But if I'm like, hey, here's something specific that only I'm doing, then they just have to use me. And then once they know you and they've used you, then you can sell them multiple houses.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you have to give them a reason to want to use you first.
Right. Well, good of you to think outside the box. That's missing in a lot of people for sure.
Yeah. So that's what I try to help teach agents, is that you got to give them a reason to call you. You just don't post a video of some random house. Like, why would they use you? Anybody can go show them a house, and there's 100,000 hot women out there posting videos and mansions, but they're not giving you a reason to use them.
Right.
So it's
well, it kind of goes back to that appearance thing we were talking about, right? It's like you can appear anyway, but if you're not actually bringing value, people will pick up on that quickly. Okay. Well, I love that. I know you mentioned this is what you teach your other agents, but talking more about your clients, how do you help them navigate through the noise, the opinions, and the misinformation that's out online or really anywhere, right? Like with other friends and family, you always hear, well, when I bought, this happened or this and that. How do you help them get through that?
For sure. So I think the biggest problem in our industry is, again, everybody focuses on appearance and not about knowledge. Mm-hmm. And so I consider myself like the mechanic of real estate. I'm a very practical agent in that if you have somebody that can fix your car and is going to do it right, everybody's going to go to that mechanic, and they know they'll pay him, but he's going to do it right. I like to think back to the washer dryer is people are going to come to me with an issue. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared about this or that. And I've got the skill set of people that can address any issue. Like, no problem. You've got whatever the issue is. I've got somebody that can take care of it, and I know how much it's going to cost. So they're always thinking it's going to be some $5,000 ticket price, and it's usually not. And so people get scared with sewer scopes, meth, radon.
Would you say those are the biggest misconceptions? It's just the cost versus what it ends up being?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing a new agent will do is be like, okay, let's call and get a bid. Well, who's the easiest person to call? They don't know anybody. They're going to call somebody off the radio. Mm-hmm. Anybody on the radio is going to rip them off. That's why they are on the radio. We'll give you a free bid. Well, they're only coming to give you a free bid because they're going to upsell you. So you call an HVAC guy off the radio, they're going to tell you your furnace is shot every single time.
And just try and get you to get a whole new system, yeah.
And I've got somebody that I can have look at it and tell me, oh, it's a $90 fix, and the furnace is not shot. Happens all the time where I get buyers with these big, huge issues on my listings, and I can usually have any of it fixed for under $300.
Oh, wow.
But buyers get scared by radon. Radon is not a big deal. Same thing with
I mean, it's a pretty easy fix for sure.
Super easy fix, and it's inexpensive, maybe $1,300. But agents don't know, like radon's level's 4%. I got one last week. They're like, your home has radon, and the buyer's
well, and that's scared. Like for life, right? Because the system just gets installed, keeps clearing out the gas. Yeah.
But they said, we're super scared. The buyer's nervous. I said, well, what's the level? And they told me it was a 2. And I was like, that's telling you it doesn't have radon.
Yeah.
But the agent didn't have any idea. Somebody was trying to sell them a system, and they're like, the guy said we should get it done. I'm like, yeah, of course he wants you to pay to have it done, but it doesn't have radon. You have to be over 4%. And so after they got and consulted other people, they figured it wasn't a problem, and they still closed it. But
oh, good. Well, and I think it can be super scary for your clients because they don't know and they're relying on you. And that really is a big difference, too, is being knowledgeable versus just going off of what one guy says or the next.
Yeah. And so there's just a lot of people that don't know how to deal with repairs that come up. They don't know how to negotiate it. They don't know how to put it in the contract.
And do you feel like you were always doing your due diligence and, like, finding out before you helped your clients make a smart decision? Or is this something you've had to develop with the experience of, like, oh, yeah, that wasn't necessary. We could have done this instead.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's come from, I sell a ton of listings, and so if somebody cancels on a property I have, over X, Y, and Z. I'm going to go and fix those problems, and figuring out, hey, it's pretty simple to fix them. It's simple to address them. And a lot of times, I want to save the deal. Hey, I know you backed out because of this, but I'm going to go back and say, those items are fixed and done now.
Yeah.
Do you want to come back and reconsider the house? I know you thought it was going to be this big, expensive cost, but we've done it now. And a lot of times I can save a deal.
Nice.
Where most agents just want to cancel a deal, move to the next home, thinking that, some house is not going to have a list, but
right. Every home
inspection
does, even new construction, for sure. Sometimes more, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
they're all going to be 40 or 60 pages long on any home.
Yeah. No, that's great. So that actually was going to bring me to one of my other questions, which is how do you deliver that first class client service? But it sounds like you are going above and beyond, thinking outside the box, even in this case, right, where it is going to benefit your seller, of course, but you're looking out for those buyers saying, we've taken care of this. I think a lot of people are unwilling to negotiate on a lot of repairs. So having the knowledge and also being willing to invest a little bit to make sure that it happens. I don't know that everyone is willing to do that.
Yeah, and one thing that I do as well, like I just sold a buyer a condo over in Albion Village in Sandy. And the seller didn't want to do the repairs, but they were willing to give it credit, which my buyer is like, doesn't help me. I said, well, I know what it costs to fix it. You get the repair credit after closing. I'll bring in a crew of guys and we'll do them for you if you'll pay for it with the credit. So we closed within 48 hours. I had all of his faucets changed out. We had the disposal fixed. We replaced all of his light bulbs that were burned out in tons of places. We changed the lock on a storage door and had all that done in 48 hours. He paid for it. And now he loves me. He's like,
well, he feels very heard and taken care of. Also, I know a lot of vendors are willing to wait, right, and just get paid at closing. So that's an option I think a lot of people don't consider.
I don't have those. Most people I know want to get paid right away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, remind me to give you some of my people's contacts.
And, I'll tell people, like, if I have a listing that needs repairs, they don't have money, I'll say, I'll cover the cost. You reimburse me out of the proceeds at closing, and I can actually have that on the settlement statement. In addition, you'll have the commission, then you'll have a repairs line that comes back to me, and a lot of times they'll just repay me for what inspection items I had taken care of.
Nice. Well, good. Again, you really do think outside of the box, which is great. So let's talk a little bit more on like future pace and the changes that you maybe see both real estate agents and clients need to be preparing for as we come into this new year. Well, I guess we're already halfway in the first chunk of it. So what are some things that you're preparing for?
I tell people, like I do a lot of flips, hey, the new Fed chair is going to get put in March.
Yes.
So I said, we want to buy your properties and have them, going into the remodel process. And so we can get ready to put it on the market by the time the Fed changes, because I think the interest rates are going to drop and we're going to see the values go up. So I'm trying to get everybody to get prepared with their flips. So we've pretty much been stagnant for a couple of years now. And so I think you're going to see it finally is going to change.
Yeah.
It's been a buyer's market for a really long time. Since doing this since 2004, it always is switching. And so I think you're going to see it switch to a seller's market again.
Nice. I mean, all markets are great, I think. Just depends on finding, if you're willing to find the needs and the solutions for them.
Yeah, and a lot of agents have a hard time switching in the different markets. So that's why you see influxes and just a roller coaster of agents. It's because they don't want to convert to the different market. And so I think we've seen a lot of agents get out of the business, and you'll see an influx of people get back in the business once it goes to seller's market.
Yeah, no, I agree. Would you say that right now is a more difficult market than the pandemic was, or not difficult, but what do you think was a trickier market, pandemic or now?
Well, the COVID market was awesome. Everybody made money. And, everybody's all the sellers were making a ton of money.
Yeah.
So everybody got into real estate because you could make a ton of money and it was easy. Then once that was over, you saw all these agents drowned. As soon as they had to actually work, I just saw people.
Well, and that was something else I was going to ask you is how do you see the role of real estate professionals evolving in the next few years for those that are in it for the long run?
Yeah, I mean, I think it gets harder because it's such a, everything is always, you're learning new stuff, and so many people don't want to keep changing their business styles. So I think it keeps getting harder and harder. And so I think a lot of people thought it was an easy job. I could do it as a hobby. I could do it as a side gig, thinking you don't have to put in the work.
Yeah.
And so I think, especially right now, I've seen a ton of people struggle or get out of the business. But for a lot of people that are willing to still work, they killed it. Like, I think I sold more homes last year than I've ever sold.
Oh, wow.
And
That's great.
so it was a great year.
Cool. Okay, that's good to know because I've heard the opposite of that, right? So I think it really does come down to your mindset and ability to stay disciplined. So good for you. And I realize this was driven by, hey, I'm going to make more money than my friends from the start. But now where you sit in your role and being in the industry for so long, what kind of an impact do you want to leave outside of obviously the transactions, right?
So now my goal more is I want to make people money. A lot of people are hesitant to use agents because they have this, I would say a lot of real estate agents aren't looked upon well, or as like not a super respectable career. They think you get paid too much money for not enough work. So now my focus is I like to help people make money in real estate, and the more money I help them make, the happier they are and the more they want to do it. So that's
Did you read my questions before our podcast?
They were leaked to me.
Yeah.
Reached out to them.
They were leaked. No, because all like what you're saying just kind of leads to the next thing I had in mind, which is how are you helping people build wealth through real estate, right? Whether it is your clients. I know you invest, so of course that's a way. But yeah, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so a lot of people think about, watch TV, they see all these HGTV shows, flipping houses.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And they think it's glamorous, right? And they're using the TV show's money and this and that. And that's really not what it's like. You know, there are some people that do those, but they're usually high risk. And like I knew somebody that was killing it doing high-end flips, and they would make big money, but then when the market shifted, they lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So now they're done, they're out. And so I focus on super low-risk properties that are quick. And again, we want to do them as fast as possible to do as many throughout the year. And so if I can do that, it's people, the one thing I do is I don't have them involved. They're not doing the work. They're not going out and doing it. A lot of my investors are just solely putting their money in.
And you're handling it
I
from
handle
there.
everything. I stage it for free. I have it all remodeled for free. And I get to do exactly what I think will make them the most money, not what their wife thinks is a trending color on Instagram, or I want to try this fancy wallpaper. Like, all we want to do is make it.
Resell, yeah.
Yeah.
So
like,
are majority of your clients investors then?
yeah, so I have a lot of people that are just like, hey, I want to take this pool of money and make more money off of it. And so now they're used to like, oh, you know, at the end of the year in stocks, I made this much. Well, I can do that usually in one transaction and have it done in 3 or 4 months.
Nice.
And keeps doing that throughout the year. And they can do their full-time job and make this extra 100 or 150,000 a year off flips that all they have to do is
Invest a little bit.
docs.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So in a way, you're more of a partner for your clients
So
at this point.
I don't share in the commission or the profits. All I do is get the commission buying and selling. And
But I mean, as far as how you're handling it and making sure, everyone is where they need to be, getting the contractors in place, stuff like that.
Yep. So I take care of everything. A lot of them won't even see the house.
Oh, wow.
I'll just
They're
tell them
just really putting the trust in you. That's great.
Well, and I've been doing it for them for a lot of them over 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's just
nice. What was it that made you get into the investment side of real estate versus just doing the traditional residential? I know there's so many avenues, right? So that's interesting to know why you went this route.
And it just goes back to my early days, I think in 2006 when I started doing those condos.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted somebody, they don't want to put their first investment money in a flip to somebody who's never done it before. So I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm doing with my own money. This is what's working for me. And that's what they want to hear, right? They don't want to, just my aunt
let's just see how
Susie
it goes. Yeah.
just got her license. Let's see if I can invest $500,000 with her. No, they don't want to do that. But I'm like, hey, this is the flips that I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. This is how much money I made on the last one. Great. Yeah, let's do that same thing. So
yeah, you've got the credibility because you're also playing that role.
And so what I tell them is I give all my clients first shot, but if you don't buy it, then I'm going to buy it. And then it's fun to sometimes I'll pass one and I'll be like, dude, I just made X amount of
that's
dollars.
Powerful too. You're like, hey, this is where we stand. It's either you or me.
Well, and there's other people that will take it too, but it's fun just to see sometimes. Oh, I passed on that one. How did it do? It was really good. Or
and at that point they know the risk is low because you're only going to take on properties that are a low risk. And how are you weighing that? Like maybe walk me through that a little bit for those that have never invested.
So what's good about being just with regular buyers is I can go out and show a buyer a home. Maybe they want to buy a $600,000 house that's got X, Y, and Z. And we go through other houses and they're like, I would have bought it if it had this, or I would have bought it with that. And then I could show them a $500,000 house and they're like, oh, this is terrible. I hate this. And I'm like, well, geez, for $15,000, I could make it have
that
everything
home,
you wanted. And so when they pass on it,
which is a huge difference,
I'll go
over 100,000 more. Yeah.
And so I could show somebody a house that they don't want, and then I could sell it to a flipper who would love it, and I could turn it to exactly what they want.
Yeah.
And raise the price. Not that I'm selling my flipper's house to my other client, but you get to see what people want and what they're willing to pay for it. Mm-hmm. And then great, I can buy a house and make it that and make money.
Nice. Well, good strategy. And you've been doing it long enough that I'm sure it's just second nature now.
Yeah, it's fun. Not all of them win. Some of them are going to.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Wait, what do you mean? So your business isn't perfect?
Yeah. So I tell everybody 1 in maybe 3, 1 in 4 doesn't go good. Maybe you don't make money on one. But at the end of the year, if you made money on 3 and you broke even on a 4th one, doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. Well, and you could view it just as a cost, right? Like to run your business. So
and sometimes
that makes sense.
I had to not take a commission on the sell side to make it work, and that's fine too, So they like to see that I'm not going to charge them or get paid if they don't win.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's what is making you stand out, at least to me right now, a lot, is you are taking your clients and you're really offering a partnership, like through it all. You're fully invested in all their benefits and also willing to bring in your own people, your funds. And I don't know many other agents that do that. So that's very unique. Cool. Well, okay, we're going to go back all the way to pre-real estate, pre-college, all the things. Would you have envisioned this career? I know you mentioned your dad has been in it, but as you were growing up, were you like, oh yeah, one day I'm going to be that guy flipping homes and helping people in real estate? Not at all?
I don't think I ever pictured what I wanted to do or any of that. So
yeah, maybe that's more of like something girls do. We're like, when I grow up, I'm going to do this. Probably. But okay, well, that's valid. Now, though, moving forward, what is something that you're super excited about for the next 1 to 5 years? I'm imagining that you probably track and pace, right, your success, but not just in real estate. Is there something that you're super excited about?
Um, I've got too many hobbies, so I've got a
You
lot.
mentioned you're off-roading. Are we talking like dirt bikes, four-wheelers, all the things, side by side?
So I pulled into your parking lot in my '65 fastback Mustang,
Okay,
cherry red with ZZ Top blaring, and
nice. And you have the weather for all the things still, so
yeah,
love it.
and so that's I like old cars, I like muscle cars, and I have a '72 Ford Bronco, and we just got invited to lead a trail at the Easter Jeep Safari.
Oh,
So that'll be
fun.
cool.
That's something exciting. When are you doing that?
So that will just be at the end of March.
Okay.
And so we like to do that. And I got my first scratches on it. It's got no top on it. So it's an open
I'm
Bronco
feeling
with a roll
pain
cage.
for you. Yeah.
And so,
Unless that's good. It's like a battle wound. I don't know.
yeah. So, anyways, I got too many things I like to do. I like to go horseback riding. So I'm trying to get a horse property. Maybe
Nice.
get a horse and just
Okay.
enjoy Utah. That's what it's all about, right? That's why people want to live here. We got so many fun things to do outdoors.
That's true. We really do get everything besides the ocean, but we have lots of lakes. So.
Yeah. So tell me, what do you like to do? What are your
Well,
hobbies?
this is for you, Mike. But no, I love a lot of things as well. I love the outdoors. I do love yoga, which you gave me crap about earlier.
Do you go do it outside with the goat on your back?
Yeah, I do all of it. The heated inside, outside. I mean, sometimes if I'm on a hike or something, I'm like, I need a pause and I'll do my thing. But yeah.
Was at the gym in the sauna yesterday, and some girl was
Oh, yeah.
sitting there with her, I don't know what this pose would be
Oh,
called.
yeah. She was in a meditation, but this is like a mantra. It's just meant to keep you focused. Yeah, no, I do it all. The weird stuff. Okay, cool. So, yes, you have a very exciting life. I love that you get to create that and also help others, because if they're building wealth through real estate, they're getting more freedom too.
Yeah.
Thank you for making time. I don't know if this is what you expected, but it's fun for me to get to know you and just like what even inspired you to do this and keep doing it.
Good. Well, you'll have to send me any mean comments people say.
I will, but they won't.
I thrive on the mean people. on
Do you?
social
You
media.
love the haters.
I do.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, you need it all, so it makes sense.
You gotta get it. I like posting my houses for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Just
Yeah, that's a great place to put it. Which actually, I was going to ask you, what is a piece of advice that you would give for A, other agents that are serious about their business, and B, consumers right now?
I mean, I was just joking that on Marketplace, everybody's gonna be mean to you. You'll get no good comments. It'll just be like, "Oh, you real estate agents, you guys inflating the prices."
Unless it's the right home for the specific viewer. Then
they'll
they're
just
going to call
their-
you. Yeah.
They'll call their own agent and have them show it to them. They're not even going to comment. But I would say it's not a hobby thing. It's not a part-time thing.
Yeah, that's a huge
It's
one.
nights and weekends. It's Saturdays. You know, if you're thinking you're going to do it and you're going to be home by 5, you're not going to make a real career out of it. It's going to be something you do for a year or two.
Yeah.
It's not going to.
That's a good reality for people to know. Like, it is day and night, all hours, right?
Yeah, in school they're like, you got to pick your own schedule and you got to be so flexible. I'm like, no, it's not. You're going to work more than you would at a regular job, and it's going to be a lot of drama. You're going to be everybody's therapist, and there's a lot of emotions, and you have to have really thick skin.
Yeah. No, that is a huge piece of advice. You have to have thick skin in this
Everybody's
game.
going to be dramatic about everything. I mean, I just moved somebody out, and they, I guess, had a whiteboard they took off the wall, and the buyer was freaking out that there was holes from where it was in the wall. And I'm like, listen, I'll have a guy over there paint it for you, no problem. be $100.
It's not that
Like,
deep. Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal. If you don't want to paint it yourself, we'll paint it for you. But the buyer and the buyer's agent were losing their mind over it. And then, you know, then there's always some dramatic thing. Some neighbor next door is mad about a fence or a tree, or it's just nonstop. Somebody's mad about something, and you got to be able to just, it's always going to be about negotiating. If you can negotiate and deal with issues, you're going to be a good agent. If you're
I like that.
tough,
So what do you do to keep your mindset? Because that's, I think, such an important piece too. Like, yes, having thick skin, but also what are you doing to have a mindset of neutrality and professionalism when things do get chaotic?
Well, my thing is I don't want to bug my client with a lot of the problems. So if somebody calls me about, like I just had, we were re-roofing a garage, and the garage backed the neighbor's fence, and a couple of these 1960 slats of the fence fell over, and both the husband and wife called me and just livid. I'm like, listen, we're sorry that happened. We'll put up some new pieces of wood. Like, it's not a big deal. But like, I don't lose sleep over it. Like,
yeah, you've probably just seen so much that you're like, oh, just another day here in paradise.
And, you know, I evict people. We've got properties, we have to evict people. And the people we evict leave bad reviews. And it's like, you just can't do anything. But I don't care about my reviews, because the only people that leave me bad reviews are people that shouldn't be leaving me reviews anyways. But again, it comes back to most of my clients are repeat or referral. Like, I'm not trying to get these unknown, but it's funny the amount of bad reviews or mean comments on social media.
Yeah, so have you always been that way, that you just don't let it affect you and you protect your energy, or is this something you've developed?
My energy?
Yes.
What the heck
That's
is
the yogi.
I don't ever worry about
Did
my
that
energy.
make you uncomfortable?
Right? And there's always going to be somebody that's going to buy it. Like, I've done it long enough that you can't please everybody, but I'm going to sell it again to somebody else, and we'll resolve the concern. And, like, if somebody's mad about something, we can fix it and sell it to somebody else. There's nothing that we can't get over with, you know.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're very forward thinking then.
Yeah, just knowing that we can resolve the problem. Like, none of it is going to ever, like, it's not going to throw me out of the business. I'm going to be stressed out. I don't lose sleep over any of it. I sleep good at night, where some people just stress. And, you know, I think having more business also helps you kind of keep focused, that you're not just focused on one thing or one deal or one problem.
Absolutely. Just keep fueling your pipeline so that one specific transaction isn't going to ruin your life.
Yeah, the people that are focused on only one transaction at a time, they're living too much on relying on one paycheck or one deal to survive. And that's not the right way to do it. That's why you can't do one deal and then kind of not work anymore. You see a lot of agents do that. They get one check, they stop working, they get one check, and they're just doing a deal when they have stuff to pay for. I'm like, you can't do that. You got to always have business, always have stuff going on. You can't stop.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mike. I hope that you've actually enjoyed this. I sure have. And I just want to thank our listeners as well. I know that not for reviews, but if someone wants to reach out to you, could you share with me where we can find you?
You just text me your mean comments at 801-898-1699.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you.
Don't look at my social media or you'll be offended.
Now everyone's going to go check it. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate, failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.